What's up, guys? Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year. It is officially 2023, and that means we need to reevaluate some things. One thing so many of us keep tabs on is airline credit cards. The airlines themselves seem to be constantly tweaking and changing their status programs and their credit card offers. Today we're going to do an annual review on the American Airlines credit cards. In this video, I'll be specifically talking about and reviewing the consumer credit cards from Citibank and Barclays Bank. I personally fly American Airlines and I actively participate in their loyalty status program. And while I won't be reviewing the status program in this video, I will be mentioning it as it pertains to some of these credit cards. Before I get started, if you are new here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If those are topics that you want to stay up to date on, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you get any value out of this free and unsponsored video, slap that like button to support the channel and help me with the YouTube algorithm. With all that out of the way, let's get right into it. Okay, for this video, I will move from the entry-level cards right up the ladder to the more premium American Airlines co-branded cards. And I'll give you the numbers and I will briefly state my opinion of the card. First off, guys, from Citibank, we have the American Airlines Advantage Miles MasterCard. As you can probably guess, this is the entry-level card, and this card has no annual fee. So if you are one of those people that completely refuse to pay an annual fee, then this could be one card that interests you. First things first, does the card have a bonus? It sure does. Spending just $500 on this card in the first 3 months will get you 10,000 American Airlines miles and a $50 statement credit. Citi and American Airlines are basically paying you to open this card. While that is a very small bonus, it's still something. What does the card earn? You can probably guess that a no annual fee card probably won't knock your Aunt Connie's socks off when it comes to the earnings. But this card does earn double miles at grocery stores and double miles with American Airlines purchases. 1 mile on everything else. Each purchase earns 1 loyalty point per dollar spent as well. And I'll talk just a little more on that in just a moment. Not a ton of benefits for this card, but it will save you 25% on in-flight purchases. I don't know very many people that make airline in-flight purchases anymore, but hey, maybe it'll save you a couple bucks. Now, back to these loyalty points. Loyalty points are completely separate from American Airlines miles, and loyalty points are what you earn towards status, so you can essentially buy status without ever sitting on an American Airlines flight. So in addition to flying, you can earn loyalty points towards status with this no annual fee card. There are several other ways you can earn loyalty points to climb that status ladder, and I will likely be updating the channel with a video on that in the near future. Let me be real clear about this last part. This card does have a 3% foreign transaction fee. So if you use this card outside the United States, you will be charged that fee. So who is this card for? Well, a while back, I did a video on no annual fee travel cards, and this card made the list. You're not going to generate tons of airline miles or get airport lounge access, but if you fly American and you're interested in earning lower level status to get upgrades and other perks, you could use this card towards that purpose. This card is likely going to be for someone that is relatively early in their travel card journey, and maybe someone who is just now starting to travel and they want to dip their toes in the points and miles waters. The next card we have will step things up a bit. We're talking about the Citibank Advantage Platinum Select World Elite MasterCard. What a name. This card comes with a $99 annual fee, but that fee is waived in the first year. So the first year of holding the card, it is essentially free. The bonus on this card is a bit more generous. You can earn 50,000 American Airlines miles for spending just $2,500 in the first 3 months of card ownership. The card earns double miles on restaurants, gas stations, and American Airlines purchases, and again, 1 mile on everything else. This card also earns 1 loyalty point per dollar spent. Again, not a great earner, but it does have some categories. Let's see if this card has any other benefits that could make it worthwhile. This card gives the holder plus up to 4 travel companions a free checked bag on domestic American Airlines flights. So if you're someone who checks bags, this card could pay for itself very quickly. You also get preferred boarding. At first, this won't seem like much because I think it's group 4 or group 5. So it's basically right before everyone else. But that one benefit could likely mean getting your carry-on in the overhead bin and not having to gate check your backpack on a full flight. I've always appreciated this benefit, and I think it's a bit overlooked. The final benefit we will talk about for this card is the $125 American Airlines flight discount. You can earn that discount after you spend $20,000 or more in purchases during your card membership year and then renew your card. Now, at first thought, most of you are thinking, no way I'm putting $20,000 spend on this card because I can get so much more with another option. Well, you're almost certainly right, but for someone that is spending to gain high-level status, $20,000 all of a sudden doesn't sound like a ton of spend. But let's be honest, no one is spending $20,000 on this card just to get a $125 discount. This card has no foreign transaction fees and comes with some World Elite MasterCard benefits. This card is going to be for someone who can get value from the free check bag and someone whose preferred airline is American Airlines. This person may also be interested in elite status with American Airlines. Now, as much as I'd like to leave this next one out, if I do, I'll have 100 folks in the comments that will mention it. If you've ever been to DFW, you've seen signs everywhere advertising this card from Barclays. Next up is the Advantage Red Aviator World Elite MasterCard from Barclays Bank. This card has a $99 annual fee, but if you look hard and long enough, you may find an offer that waives that annual fee in the first year. What makes this card so popular is the bonus. You'll earn 60,000 American Airlines miles just for paying your annual fee and making one purchase. Yes, that is correct. You can buy a bottle of water at the airport and you earn 60,000 American Airlines miles. That's a great bonus. This card is not much of an earner, just 2 miles on American Airlines purchases and 1 mile on everything else. You will earn the loyalty point per dollar as well. But the card does have some additional perks. The card has the same free check bag benefit, same preferred boarding, no foreign transaction fees, and has World Elite MasterCard benefits. In addition to the 25% in-flight purchase savings, this card gets you $25 yearly credit for Wi-Fi purchases and comes with lots of travel coverages and insurances that are lacking on the Citi cards. Now for the card's unique benefit, the Anniversary Companion Certificate. Each anniversary year, you can earn a companion certificate good for one guest at $99 plus taxes and fees if you spend $20,000 on purchases and your account remains open for 45 days after your anniversary date. To put this in plain speak, if you were to spend $20,000 on this card in an effort to gain elite status, most likely, then you could then purchase a companion ticket for $99 plus taxes and fees, 45 days after renewing your card. Now let me add that I looked over the terms and conditions for this, and the ticket is for domestic economy in the 48 contiguous states. So don't think you're getting a first class ticket to Hawaii for 99 bucks. But there still may be plenty of value in that for some folks. This card is for someone similar to the previous Citi Platinum Select, but is willing to trade dealing with Barclays Bank for these extra benefits. I suggest you choose wisely. Okay, so far all of these cards have their place and they are relatively inexpensive. Now let's talk about Citibank's top tier card. This card seems to be fairly polarizing, but it may have a place in some of your wallets. I'm talking about the Citibank Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard. This top tier card will set you back $450 a year and comes with a bonus of 50,000 American Airlines miles for spending $5,000 in 3 months. This card has abysmal earning rates. Using this card will earn you 2 American Airlines miles for American Airlines purchases and 1 mile for everything else. Obviously, you will still get the loyalty point for every dollar spent as well. This card also comes with some spending perks. You can earn 10,000 additional loyalty points after spending $40,000 in a status qualifying year. By the way, that status qualifying year is the beginning of March through the end of February. Card owners will get their first bag checked free for themselves and for up to 8 companions on the same itinerary. This card comes with an enhanced airport experience where available and a $100 credit towards TSA PreCheck, as well as the 25% savings on in-flight purchases. This card will also get you a dedicated concierge. Now, that for some folks is worth it right there, considering how crazy travel is anymore. But so far, all of that probably doesn't seem like it's worth $450. But the card comes with an Admirals Club membership. You can bring up to 2 guests or your immediate family members with you into the Admirals Club. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you'd know how I feel about airport lounge access. It's a must. None of you want to sit out in the terminal with Adam's kids running around sneezing and coughing, some older gentleman yelling into a speakerphone, and all that chaos. It's just not a good time. So now is the time to mention this card's superpower. And yes, this time it actually is super. This card grants the user up to 10 authorized users for no additional fee. Now that by itself seems like it's no big deal, but each of those authorized users will be granted their own access to the Admirals Club. Now, if you can read between the lines, if you had a few family members or close friends that you could trust being an authorized user of your credit card, they could have access to over 50 Admirals Club lounges worldwide. Now, anyone getting that kind of perk would probably be happy to help you out with that $450 annual fee, right? I know I would. So if any of you have this card is going to be for a much more serious traveler and maybe even someone who flies frequently for business, especially if there's someone that doesn't hold any other premium cards like the American Express Platinum or the Capital One Venture X. Even then, if you find yourself constantly in airports with Admirals Club lounges, this card could be of interest to you. That's one lounge that, although you don't really hear anything really great about it, you very rarely hear anything about them being overcrowded either. So overall, are the American Airlines cards worth it? Well, that depends. I've had some of these cards, I've gotten great value from them, and I've canceled some of these cards. They're great if you can find an elevated bonus or if you find yourself booking a lot of American Airlines flights. Overall, I'm not a huge fan of airline cards, and in 2023, I will most likely find myself without any, but I can definitely see value in these cards for the right person. So that's it for me, guys. If you would like to support the channel, check out my links in the description. I have all kinds of goodies in there, and if you enjoyed the video, slap that like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, guys, if you have stayed around all the way to the end, I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.